Okay, y'all, how fun is this? I decided to rank all of my lip products, literally. So indiscriminate of whether they're lipsticks or glosses or whatever. I'm just going to rank them, I think in order of like how much I want to wear them at this moment. And so it's going to be an impulsive and very slipshod ranking. Like we're doing it with the full knowledge that how I feel about these products today might change by tomorrow. You know what I mean? So this isn't like an official best of all time, my absolute favorites. I'm just going to be kind of putting them in order of how much I feel like wearing them. And then, talking about them as I go. And it's going to be a way of just like getting into my collection, maybe thinking about decluttering like the ones that end up at the bottom. But, just a fun, relaxing overhead video where we talk about makeup and hang out together with lip products. If you're new to my channel, if you've never clicked on one of my videos before, then hello, I'm Hannah. I love beautiful things. I really love makeup. I do end up with a bit more than maybe I ever thought I would own. Like this is a lot of lip products for me. I wouldn't own this much makeup if I were buying it all myself because I'm someone who tries not to spend too much money on makeup. Because I'm on YouTube, I get things sent to me from brands from time to time to review. So I end up with more stuff again in this department than I ever thought that I would have. But that does give me fodder for videos like this one where I can go through and give you my opinions on many formulas. If you like this kind of video, I hope that you will just go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now. I do upload several times a week. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Okay, I'm intimidated because it's kind of hard to pick like your favorite out of a big pile like this. I think that maybe I'm going to have to do like a preliminary sort. So I'm going to push the pile to the side and then I'm going to collect, like I'm going to make a smaller pile of the ones that I love the most. And then I think I'll be able to like deal with that pile. Aha, you guys don't know about this. I got this for review when I got the Fenty Eavesdrop. I was like, oh, I'll review them in the same video. And then I completely forgot to talk about this in the Eavesdrop video. I was going to do like a 2 Fenty product thing. And this just got like immediately absorbed into my collection and completely forgotten about. So I'm not going to go ahead and like do a full review of it in this video, but I'll make sure that I apply it soon on my lips in a Talking Heads video and give you a full review of it because that is, after all, why I acquired it. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good start. I'm just gonna rank these, the ones that I pulled out, and then I'm gonna do like a next round of like the next level down. But there might be some that I really love that I forgot about that I couldn't see just because there's so much before my eyes. So I'm gonna have to revisit at the end and do a final pass and make sure that everything's right. The lip product that I feel the most like wearing these days is this one. It's the new Aaron's Faces lip gloss. It's the shade Early Glow, the Fruit Smoothie Lip Gloss. I can't swatch everything, obviously, but I will swatch this because it's the number one, and also because it's a new product. But, it's not really shown to its best advantage in a swatch. You really have to see it on the lips. The reason that I like it so much, and the reason that it's number 1 for me right now, is that it's very shiny. Like it makes my lips look like sort of spangly, really spangly, like the sunlight spangling on the ocean level of spangly. And also it tastes and smells like a real strawberry smoothie rather than fake fruit. And I've never encountered that in a gloss. It's a great product. I think the Tower 28 gloss in Magic is the one that I the next feel the most like wearing. I've kind of been wearing these guys interchangeably. And I have also been reaching a lot for this Fenty one, probably because this is the Fenty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm in Cocoa Drizzle, probably because I'm testing it. But, you know, it's still a valid reason to be reaching for something a lot. My other Tower 28 gloss, the one in Oat, has also been getting a lot of wear. I do feel a lot like wearing that. I feel a lot like going back to wearing Glossier Pony as much as possible. So that one I've been reaching for a lot. Clarins Instant Light. You can see I've still been going for these like balmy, glossy things a lot. I've also been really tempted to wear this one from Flower, the CBD lip glaze, even though it's in such a bright pink. And I think that after that, I can say that some of these lipsticks are up. Revlon Mink. It's like the best. I love this lipstick. It's like my favorite. It's not just my favorite drugstore lipstick. I think it's my favorite lipstick. I've also been really feeling like wearing Redwood Construction, which is it's the Finding Ferdinand lipstick that I made, but it's the sheer one. It's the balmy one. I've actually been mixing this a lot with the Fenty. I've ended up loving this M Cosmetics Venetian Rose lip cushion. I've been feeling like wearing it a lot. I haven't been wearing Faded Clementine very much, but I kind of feel like returning to it. This is also one of the oldest lip products in my collection. It's probably getting really quite old. And so I feel like I need to take advantage of it and like wear it while I still can. I always feel like wearing my Gucci lip voile in the shade Goldie Red, a stunner, especially as the weather warms up. It's more and more attractive. When I caught sight of NARS Catherine in the pile, I was like, ooh yeah, I really feel like wearing that. This is such a pretty NARS lipstick and I love this formula. I feel like this NARS Audacious formula never gets old. This is my other Revlon cream lipstick in Rum Raisin. It's not quite as brown as Mink, so I don't like it quite as much, but I still do feel like wearing it. The M Cosmetics lip liner in Mink. It's like a really great brown. And then this is the YSL Slim Glow Matte. I just love the sort of rusty orangey color. I'm actually gonna swatch all of the lipsticks. Ooh, NARS Catherine. Gotta get that on my face. Okay, so there is the M Cosmetics lip cushion in Venetian Rose. It is a very thick, really thick, nourishing formula. There's Revlon Mink, my favorite lipstick. There is Goldie Red, which is the Gucci lip voile. This is the YSL Slim Glow Matte in the shade 214, that kind of like brick color. That right there is Revlon Rum Raisin, a classic, and then that's NARS Catherine. I love how it's really just like a glowy coral. It lights up the lips, but without getting too much into the realm of watermelon. I really, really love that color. This makes me excited for wearing lipstick in the summer. I'm glad that he did this because I've been just reaching for these glosses. You know what I mean? Like it's just been like this stuff on repeat. But lining all of these up makes me realize that I'm feeling really excited about lipstick right now. So I feel like it's going to help me diversify. Okay, so those are the ones, and those are the top. Those are like that's like the first row, top shelf. Let's pick another group, like another round. So if I didn't have those and all that I had were these, what would I feel the most like wearing? Okay, let's go ahead and rank these guys. I immediately picked out some more glosses that I love. These are some of my classic glosses, my all-time favorites, the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb and the Revlon Super Lustrous, the gloss in Blissed Out and Indulge in It. I really love the way these make my lips look. I really love the way that they feel, but I just have been reaching for other glosses, like these paler, more neutral glosses, basically, instead. And so I feel like these are kind of like the next up of the next wave down. Like it kind of makes sense for me that if I didn't have any of these, the first thing that I would do would be to reach for these other glosses. So I feel like they're like at the top of the pile. Although maybe the Revlon Super Lustrous, the gloss in Blissed Out, would be first because I really, really love wearing this. I think that would be the order, 1, 2, 3. But then probably Glossier Genius might even come second, because even though I like Pony the best because it's more neutral, I really like Genius as well. It's a little bit pinker, but I just love that formula so much. By that same token, I'm gonna put this one, which is Disco, next on the list. And then after that, I think this ZC lipstick, which since I wore it in a video recently, I've just been wanting to wear it so much. I love it. It's a shade MO5. And, it is a red, but it's just this really soft, special red. And I love how it looks. I love the bananas ornate packaging. And I love the feel of it on the lips. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put that next. I've been wanting to wear that more and more. And it made me think again of Velvet Dragon from Lisa Eldridge, which I keep forgetting that I own. Like, it just didn't register with me, even though I got it and I reviewed it and I really love it. I've been wanting to remember it more, so I'm going to put that next. The Persona glosses, especially the coral one, I've been thinking about lately and wanting to pull back out. So let's actually put the coral one next. I like Honey as well, but I find that the kind of opaque brown quality makes it a little bit less easy to wear. There's something about coral that's just like my fave. Actually, I'm going to move this up. I feel like wearing this more than any of these. I've been loving having this in my collection. This is the lipstick that Buffalo Beauty Boy made for me with Finding Ferdinand. It's this pink that's really different for me, but it's also very wearable for me. And I keep remembering it and I keep thinking about it. So I'm going to put it next. These M Cosmetics True Glosses are a little bit hard for me to wear because they're so pigmented, but I love the smell and the texture and the look. And so I think that they are going to be next. This is the Color Riche Shine from L'Oreal in Dazzling Dough. And it also can be a little bit hard for me to wear because it doesn't provide totally full coverage, and yet it's a really different color from my lips and a bit lighter than them. So sometimes I feel like it's a little bit fussy, but I do love the nourishing feel of it, and I really love the color. I have been feeling like wearing it lately. I'm actually going to bump it up a little bit ahead of these lipsticks because it's just the season. Like, it's the kind of thing that I'm really liking now. And yeah, I pulled the Glossier Generation G in Leo. This is a great lipstick. I don't know. It doesn't make me want to reach for it in the way that some of these other ones do, but I do really, I've been gravitating towards it because it's that sort of like effortless sheer thing that I've been really into. So that's why I put it in this tier. It's just kind of at the bottom of this tier. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put the Persona Gloss in Honey. This is M Cosmetics Cashmere Cream, which came in PR a while ago. And I like it. And I just keep forgetting to like get proper use out of it. So that was why I pulled it. And I'm going to put the Glossier one at the end. So yeah, I think that's good. This is the next level down and in this order. All right. I feel like we're passing into the more difficult territory now because, it's like, how many did I pick so far? So far there are 32 things. So everything that's left, like all of these other lip products that are left, it's like there are 32 lip products that I feel more like wearing than them. So it kind of becomes arbitrary, I feel, like whether, like how much I feel like wearing, like if it's a thing that it's like the 40th, I feel like wearing it the 40th of everything. It's harder to distinguish between like the 40th and the 41st. You know what I mean? But I'm just going to keep doing it. This isn't that serious. It's a lark, you know? So let's keep going. Okay, I think that these are probably the ones that would be up next. And I realized that I had forgotten about Maybelline Gone Greige, which is a lipstick I really like wearing in the spring. Even though it's like this grungy, cool tone, for some reason, I feel like this is a really cool spring, late spring, early summer color. And so I actually, in remembering it, it makes me want to wear it like quite a lot. Like when I realized I had forgotten to incorporate it, I got a powerful desire to wear it. So I'm actually going to put it like at the beginning. I'm putting it at the top, and I'm going to revisit at the end and kind of figure out where I want it to go. This is kind of what I would call like the glosses of the next tier down. I like the Bobbi Brown gloss, but it's so much like the Tower 28 ones and the one from Flower Beauty, but it's just much stickier. So I just haven't been wanting to wear it as much. I like the color, but I just haven't been wanting to wear it. I just don't feel much like wearing it right now. It's really nourishing. It's very high end. I want to keep it around, but I just don't feel that much like wearing it. I think that if given the choice, I would prefer Ofra Truffle. This is a really great juicy feeling gloss. I really like the feel of this, and the look is absolutely gorgeous. There's something about the color of this one. It's not the color, the taste, the smell. It's not the same as most of the Ofra glosses. It's got this like really fruity, almost like blue raspberry smell that I don't like very much. So that's why it didn't make it into the top. But in terms of the look and the feel, the juiciness of it, I really love it. So it's actually going to go at the top of this tier. And then the Bobbi Brown. I like the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I think that this color, which is the color Crystal, doesn't look quite as, it's a little bit harder for me to wear because it's like bronzy than maybe one with a little bit more pink in it would be for me. Just there's something about the combination of the color with the texture that means that I'm not reaching for this as much as I thought that I would be, but it's such a great gloss. And then I also really love Millie, which is Samantha's gloss with Ofra. It has a different smell. It has that more coconutty smell of some of the Ofra glosses. I find this a little bit harder to wear because it's so brightly white. So I haven't really been reaching for it to like slather on the way that I have been some of my more sheer glosses, but it does look really good on camera. It looks really good in videos. And then this one, this is the M Cosmetics True Gloss and Caramel Glaze. I'm going to put it with the rest of the M Cosmetics True Glosses in the other tier. So the rest are lipsticks. I love the color of this liquid lipstick. I love the color of this liquid lipstick that Samantha did with Ofra. And every time I wear it, I love the way it looks. It's like both natural and edgy. So I'm going to bump that one. I'm actually going to put that. I feel more like wearing it than I do pretty much any of those other glosses. And I kind of feel more like wearing this Becca Ultimate Lip Love than I do feel like wearing the glosses. It's in the shade Dune. Yeah, I'm going to put it after that lipstick, but above the other glosses. I really love these Finding Ferdinand lipsticks that I made, Baby Bella, Grungy Twiggy, and Sooty Peony. I made a whole video. If you just search on my channel for Finding Ferdinand, you can see these like swatched and applied, and you hear me talking about my decision-making process for making all these colors. They're great colors. I mean, this one, Grungy Twiggy, is kind of wild. It's a mix-in. They are great for me. I like the formulas. I really like wearing them. But I think that because they're like all in this sort of blank white packaging, I sort of think of them as one thing, like I would mix them all together. I find myself reaching for them a lot to complete makeup looks for YouTube when I'm trying to like have a really good balance between my eye look and my lip look. But they haven't been making me want to wear them that much lately. I think that they're in this tier, but I think that they're like at the bottom. I've kind of been more wanting to reach for ones like this that have like this sort of bright, luxury, ostentatious packaging. This is another ZC lipstick. It's the Picasso one in the Demoiselles d'Avignon packaging. Actually, I'm going to put that next. But I have been kind of thinking about this. This is Mandarin Bolero from Givenchy, a classic. As we move into summer, it makes me want to wear it more. So yeah, I think that that's the order for those. These are just the rest of the Cosmetics Infinite Lip Clouds in colors that I really love, but I think that they're just getting a little bit lost in the mix lately. I haven't been thinking that much about them. This was one of my all-time favorites for a long time. It's Bobbi Brown Bear. For some reason, I've been not wanting to wear it as much lately. It's a great basic lip product. I think it's got enough color that when I feel like something's super easy, I've been leaning towards glosses, like things that don't have as much color as this instead of this. But then when I do want to wear lipstick, I tend to go for something more opaque rather than this. I think that it's been getting left behind because it's such an in-between product. But, it doesn't mean that I don't think it should be that way, because the fact that it's such an in-between product was what made it work so well for me for so long. I think that the in-between nature of it makes it work less well for these quarantine times. So that's why I haven't been wanting to wear it as much. So that's the order of the third group. I think, let's see what's left. This is what's left. These are the products that didn't get picked for any of the top 3 tiers. Many of them are lip liners, and I really love lip liners. It's just that they didn't really jump out at me. Like none of them, I guess, even though sometimes I go through long periods during which I'm only wearing lip liner, like I'll often wear lip liners all over my lips just as lip products. Even though that does happen to me and I do love these products for that reason, I guess these days I'm not really in that mode. So the lip liners weren't like looking the most appealing to me, except for Cosmetics Mink, which I really love and jumped out at me and was in the first tier. But all of these are great lip liners. Like I plan to wear all of them, to continue to wear all of them. But I'm going to put them to the side for now. I just feel like it's almost like they're one thing. It's like its whole own category. I think it's going to be too hard to like rank and intersperse it with these guys, because for me, it's kind of just like, it's not a lip liner kind of month right now. But I think that I can rank the rest of these. Oh gosh, this might end up being a declutter at the end of it. But first I'm going to rank them, starting with the ones that I feel the most like wearing. Like if this was all I had, if these products were all I had, what would I reach for first? Okay, so these are the ones that down here at the bottom, the ones that I do really like. Like I like these lip products. I'm reminded, even though they're here at the bottom, as I consider each one and touch each one, I'm reminded of like why I love it and why I have it. Maybelline Raw Chocolate down here. I'm surprised that it's here at the end. I considered bumping it up, but even though it's one of my all-time favorite lipsticks, I just don't really feel that much like wearing it right now. Like I feel more like wearing Gone Greige or the Revlon ones or something. So it's not here at the bottom because it's like, if I were to rank my lipsticks, like my top 10 of all time, I would probably actually include this one. But that's not the ranking I'm doing today. I'm doing the ranking of what I feel the most like wearing. And right now I wore Raw Chocolate so much for so long. I just don't feel as much like wearing it right now. So that's why it's here at the bottom, but it is at the very beginning of the line of this last row. I really like the lip gloss in this Lancome duo thing. And I actually also really like this super bright orange lipstick. I've had this for quite a while, and I think it's just, it's a little messy. It hasn't been making me want to reach for it, but I do really, really love it. It's fun to like remember that it's here. I think I might actually end up reaching for the gloss in the coming weeks now that I've thought about it. But just in terms of like instinctively ranking these, it's here at the beginning of the last row. I like this Illamasqua lipstick a lot. Actually, this is the Illamasqua Sheer Veil lipstick in the shade Obsess. I like it a lot, but it's so similar to the L'Oreal Color Reshine. Actually, it's got a little bit more warmth to the brown, or like, no, not more warmth. It's like got more green in it. It's like grungier and greener, and it's also a little bit less slippy. I'm actually going to put it right next to the L'Oreal Color Reshine in the second tier, because now swatching them next to each other, I realize that I feel like wearing the Illamasqua one just as much as I do the L'Oreal one. This is a great lip color. This is the Bobbi Brown Crushed in the shade Babe. And it's very lipsticky on me. It almost reads as a red, even though it's kind of a pink. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one next. It's a great lip product. I think I just haven't felt like wearing it as much lately because it's like so small and dinky and I have other things. This is really compelling me, Pussy Control by NARS. It's a hard color for me to pull off, It's like lavender, but I still do kind of feel like wearing it. Yeah, I'm having a harder time ranking as we get down here to the bottom. These are all really quite different. You know what I mean? Like Maybelline Beige Babe is just like a really creamy, super pale matte, a great lipstick and a great mix-in for me. e.l.f. Golden Pear is a really nice, glossy, nourishing formula, and I like it. This one is another classic for me, NARS Scap, amazing, super bright pink. Like all of these, I'll just do the rest of them. The Glossier Balm.com is just, a salve for the lips. It's not very exciting, but I do reach for it a lot. These are two K-Beauty bright red, great kind of velvety formulas, two K-Beauty lippies. This is another one of those NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils, and it's in Famous Red, one of my all-time favorites. And this is Ofra Emerald City, which is just a really incredible duochrome liquid lipstick. So they're all really, really different, these. It's not like the same type of product has ended up at the bottom. And these are all products that I know I'll wear again and that I want to keep, all of these. They're just ones that for one reason or another aren't making me want to wear them right now. And it's hard when I get down to these like last 10 to put one above the other, because I feel sort of equally disinterested in reaching for these right now, which is to say that part of me does want to reach for any one of these right now. I'm not totally disinterested in them, but compared to everything else that I feel more compelled to wear, I'm equally disinterested in all of these. So this isn't necessarily a ranking here at the bottom. Like, I think that I would probably wear NARS Scap before I'd wear Beige Babe, you know what I mean? But it's just gotten very arbitrary here at the end. So we're going to say that this is the final tier. And these, scandalously, I'm sorry, my dears, but you are up for elimination. Okay, so here's what's happening. I know some of you out there are probably clutching your pearls. I recently talked in my video about my unpopular makeup opinions, about the fact that I don't really like the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution formula. And in that video, I said that it made me realize that I might actually be on the verge of decluttering the 3 lipsticks that I have in the formula. It's Birkin Brown. This one is Bond Girl. Oof, it's hard to think of letting that go. And this one is Legendary Queen. Oh, they're so pretty. They do look so pretty here in every way. It's tough. But look, I've got probably over 100 lip products here. I just don't feel like wearing these, and I never do. Like, this is the fact. I never do. And I never have, because I don't like the formula. And they're in such good shape. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and give them away. I think that I can do it today, especially with the perspective of having done this whole thing. This is the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in Tough Cookie, which I really liked when I first got it. But since then, I've realized that it's got a little bit too much pigment for me to wear it like in a super natural way. So I always feel like reaching for this when I want a no product lip look, like something really nourishing that doesn't look like much. And then I always end up looking like I've put something a little bit pigmented on my lips and it always feels a little awkward, and I end up then just like buffing it off or dabbing it off, and then it doesn't feel like it's providing me much nourishment. So this has just never actually become something that's elegant and easy for me to wear. I would rather apply something with a paddle than with my fingers. So because I have this, top tier of beautiful, nourishing glosses and other products, and then this has ended up at the very bottom, I think I'm actually not going to keep it. This is, I think I either coveted this for a really long time and then got it as a gift, or bought it myself. I think I might even have bought it myself. It's Bobbi Brown Telluride. I love this formula, the crushed lip color, but I just don't end up wearing this that much because it's hard. It's a little bit vampy on me. And because it's like a semi-sheer, nourishing, balmy thing, it's hard for me to get it to apply evenly to my lips. I have the same problem with this as I have with Birkin Brown from Charlotte Tilbury. They actually end up looking kind of the same. They're almost dupes for each other. I thought for a long time that I really wanted my lips to look like this, that I really wanted this, and I wanted Birkin Brown. And then I got them in my collection and I never wear either of them because it's just hard for me to get something that looks natural and seamless. I'm always fussing with it. I think it's just the fact that my skin is so pale. It's something about my coloring that makes it harder for me to wear these two products. I don't think I'll miss it, so I'm gonna let it go. This is Tom Ford Wild Ginger, an iconic product, one of the only things here that I've owned since before my no-buy year. It was a birthday gift from my parents. It's my favorite lipstick that I've ever owned. And I just haven't been wanting to wear it recently simply because it is so old. I don't know if it's gone off. I actually don't think it's gone off. It doesn't have a bad smell. I have other lip products. I'm not going to declutter it though. I'm realizing now holding it in my hands. It's here at the bottom because I don't know if I'm going to wear it again. Like I have other lip products that provide a similar effect that I feel more like wearing because this is so old. And, it does, now that I know more about my preferences for lip products, I know that one of the things that's hard for me about this is that it's really quite glossy. So it's hard for me to get a slightly overlined lip look with this because the edge of my lip shines, reflects light, and makes it look a little bit messy. As much as I've coveted this and as precious as it has always been to me, I think that in terms of the formula, it's not the easiest bright red for me to wear. Like I think it's a little bit easier for me to wear NARS Famous Red, for example, than it is for me to wear this because it's a little bit more matte. It's probably even easier for me to wear these K-Beauty products. And I also think that having the chance to try out a bunch of lip products has allowed me to detach a little bit from the allure of luxury. So even though this is like the most expensive lip product I've ever had, the fanciest, the most designer, I would be more inclined to reach for a drugstore lipstick that provides a similar effect that's in a more ideal formula. The part of me that always used to think that this was just going to be always unequivocally better because it's Tom Ford and because it's expensive, that part of me has kind of been taught a lesson by the array of products that I've had the chance to try over these past 4 years on YouTube. So for all of those reasons, it's ended up here at the bottom, the thing that I feel the least like wearing right now. But for sentimental reasons, which is something that I almost never do, but I'm doing today, for sentimental reasons, I'm going to hang on to this one. Oh gosh, I forgot to rank these because I was using them to hold the other lipsticks still so that they wouldn't roll away. So these are two ZC lip products. I love them because of the designs. The bullets are really pretty. The packaging is really pretty. This one, the pink one, I actually don't really love wearing it because it's got a little bit of gold glitter in it, like a little bit of sparkle. I'm actually going to put it at the very bottom. I really don't feel like wearing this. I might, you know what? Actually, I'm going to give this away. I love the way that it looks. I mean, it's so pretty, but I never feel like wearing it because I don't really like the way that it looks on the lips. I'm going to give that one away. This one though, I really love. This is the color 309. I really, really love this formula and this color. I would say that this kind of goes maybe at the front of this last row. Yeah, that's where it goes. I'm not gonna be able to get everything in frame. It's so unsatisfying. I have to decide where Maybelline Gone Greige is gonna go. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it first. I think I'm gonna keep it first. In doing this and getting everything out and like looking at everything, it's the one thing that when I swatched it, I was like, I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna wear it as soon as possible. I'm gonna wear it as soon as I film. The next time I film, I'm gonna be wearing this. I feel like wearing it right away. So I'm actually gonna put it first, ahead of all of these lip glosses. Maybe if we do like a diagonal thing. Yeah, you can kind of get a sense. I know not everything is completely in frame, but you can at least kind of get a sense. You can sort of see what we're dealing with. And I'm going to take this liner out actually on the same principle. Okay, so I have 63 products. I was definitely vastly overestimating when I said that I had more than 100 here. It feels like more than 100, but it's just 63. And I am decluttering these 7 today. No, these 6. I'm decluttering these 6 today. And it's difficult. It's difficult to rank 60 things in the order of how much you feel like wearing them. But you know, the top 10 or 20 make a lot of sense to me. We're starting with this like classic all-time favorite grungy lipstick that I just can't wait to wear. And I'm excited that I'm inspired to do that. And then right after that, we have all of these like sheer, glossy, easy to wear, natural, nourishing things. And then we get into some of the more interesting colors and formulas that I have. And then the second half is just like other interesting colors and formulas that I have, but that just don't feel as exciting to me right now, but that I do know that I will be excited about again in the future. And that is it. I hope that this was fun to watch. I know it was just like a lot of moving stuff around, a lot of talking about stuff, and only a little bit of swatching, but it's more about just like sitting back, relaxing, hanging out together, and, you know, thinking a little bit about these ideas of desire and the way that our tastes change and what we want to wear, what we already own that we want to wear tends to change. I think that it is good to revisit one's own collection in this way from time to time and just refresh. You know what I mean? Like dig back in, shop your stash, dig back into what you already own and get that like reignited love for something old that will only come around to you if you actually look. If you look, you know what I mean? Like get out what you own and look at it and think about it and feel that excitement. That can be a particularly good strategy if you're really tempted to go shopping. I think that doing this has made me definitely not want to buy more lip products right now. Like any desire that I had to buy new lip products has just been completely squashed by doing this. And I also feel the same level of excitement about rediscovering this and re-remembering that I want to wear it. I feel the same level of excitement about that as I would about something brand new. So I hope that this has inspired you, or at the very least, I hope that it's been enjoyable to watch. And more than anything, I hope that you're remembering to take good care of yourself right now so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.